Hello and welcome back to VHawks Podcast. Every week, our second video, we bring you the most accurate power rankings known to man.
Debatable, but moving on.
All right. Okay. I was wondering where you were going to put the Bills and the Eagles, so we did just flip them. Um, okay.
The Bills did beat the
We
team who I
flipped
had
four
number
through six
one.
as well, so that's good. Wow. Okay. Wow. Other than Commanders and Chargers, our lists are the same teams, just in different orders for the
Yeah,
most part. That's cool. Okay. I had to take the Commanders off because of their recent losses. Like we said, I thought it was only two in a row, but it's three in a row, as Matt said. Um, and so with that, the Chargers have been performing much better. I have yet to give them their flowers. So congrats, Chargers. Even in a loss, you're in the top 10. Um, Broncos, finally time to give them their respect as well. Steelers took a huge fall for me because of their loss to the Browns. Granted, it is division, but it's bad when everybody else above you wins. So, um, the Packers moved up from 8. The Ravens kind of just stayed put. I think they were at 6 last week. The Chiefs fell
we didn't
because,
do it last week,
yeah, I meant like from, uh,
2 weeks
yeah,
ago.
the week before. Yeah. Chiefs fell just because they're human like everybody else now. They almost lost to the Panthers, which is not divisional weirdness, so there's no excuse for that. Um, and honestly, I don't believe in their team as much as I believe in the Lions, Eagles, and Bills. I will say you can kind of flip us and the Chiefs around however you want to because we're kind of the same team right now. Just in different divisions, or sorry, in different conferences. So it's kind of how I feel there. And then the Lions and the Eagles, their momentum is just insane. So I don't think there's any two teams better in the league right now than them. So
The Bills would have an argument, but
yeah, they'll have an argument, but I 7 game win streak is hard to argue with.
so you also had the team that beat the last undefeated team in the league.
Yeah,
But you could argue the top three. I put Ravens at four just because one, they beat the Chargers. They've been playing well recently. I say the Ravens struggle against the Steelers, so I'm not going to hurt them too bad for it. It's a division game. They go and then beat the Chargers, who you have in your top 10. It was a good win for them. So, and with the Chiefs, I have them at five below the Ravens, even though they beat them earlier in the year, just because that Panthers game could have been a loss, and the Ravens looked a bit better in their win against the Chargers. Vikings, I have at six. Yes, you've won three in a row on the road. I'm still a little iffy.
Sam Darnold's only been getting better. His career game was last week, and then we played this week, and he had another career
The
game.
Tyler, that was against the Titans, who suck, and the Bears, who
Who
have
don't
not
suck.
played well.
They're three last game winning away from being three better than they are now, from being 7-4.
And they're what, 4-7? Four and
Yeah.
seven. I would not call that a good team.
I don't know. They're I mean, literally, you change the last play of 3 games. They're 7-4. But
So those are the
I
type of
digress.
plays you
It's
have to
still a
make.
division game. It's still a division game. Our offense historically lays an egg when we go to Soldier Field. So the fact that we didn't do that, and again, 4 game win streak, three of which on the road. Um, it's hard to argue with that, in my opinion.
Go
Winning
beat the
against any
Cardinals.
opponent is tough, let alone on the road.
Go beat the Cardinals this Sunday, and we'll talk.
We'll try.
And then if you lose to
Anyway,
the Falcons, then you're off the list.
I don't think that's how that works.
had, excuse me, what?
The Falcons are 6-5, so they're at
Oh,
least a
oh,
decent
oh, no,
team.
no, 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 no. I'm not letting you get away with this one. They lose to the Broncos 38-6. Lose to
Hmm.
Saints, who had lost what 5 to 6 straight. Uh,
Division weirdness. Yep.
they beat the Falcons or the Cowboys. Blah, who doesn't beat the Cowboys except the Commanders? Then
We
lose to
beat the Eagles.
Seahawks by 20. That was way early in the season. That was week 2.
Still a winning record. I
Now, if
would
they
say
well, hold on,
that the
hold on.
Bears are
Let,
better, but
let
their
me finish.
record doesn't indicate that. So
Finish. If the Falcons beat the Chargers on Sunday, then if you lose to them, then there's the argument that they're not a bad team. Right now, they have played bad.
and I hope that continues against us. But
Yeah, not
he
much
knows our
difference.
offense. Cousins knows our offense, obviously. So he I wouldn't be surprised him giving a lot of tips to their defensive coordinator, and that being a tough game for Darnold because
Or
of stuff.
toss a streak ball to Jefferson and Addison every other play that he did.
Have you watched our offense?
I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about like past years.
Yeah, we don't do a streak play to Justin Jefferson or Jordan Addison every play. We've never done that.
Well, that's all. A lot of what I had seen from the Vikings with Kirk Cousins was how that worked.
Nah, he's an over the middle passer. He's find somebody in the middle, and then when we need to have a deep shot, he'll throw the deep shot.
Well,
So I don't know, but he's got a lot of weapons over there in Atlanta. It just depends on which week shows up. Honestly,
those weapons apparently didn't show up against the Broncos,
they didn't. But the Broncos have also had those weirdly good games.
nor against the Seahawks,
Kirk also has a terrible record against the Seahawks.
nor against the Steelers.
Okay, even you and I know that's not anything to be ashamed of.
And then the Saints with a rookie head coach or interim head coach.
Which is a thing in the NFL that when you get an interim head coach, you usually win your first game. But
So you cannot deny
I
that
I
you and
I
me have.
digress. They've got a winning record.
Let me finish. Let
They
me
have a
finish.
team that shows up different each week. So
Can I finish?
yeah,
You cannot deny that you and me have agreed, at least especially last week or 2 weeks ago, maybe. I think it was 2 weeks ago, that the Falcons are the consistent inconsistency of the NFL this year.
correct. I've called them untrustworthy.
Okay. All I wanted to know.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they can't be good.
With the coin
They're
flip,
good one
but
week and then terrible the next. So it doesn't like that's what I'm saying.
oh,
But remember, every given Sunday, every team gets a vote. That's the whole point. Like the Cowboys beating the Commanders.
that one was a drunk game, and that's all I will say.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
But that'll be all for our power rankings. Not much difference, just the order of it all. We will be back with our predictions for week 13 and then off to Thanksgiving and the Sunday. Peace.
Absolutely. Skull.